Hey everybody, this is Jason. I want to make a very, very quick, succinct video today. Kim Jong Un's brother was apparently assassinated at a Malaysian airport. The initial reports were that a woman claiming that she was flown there from a reality television show where they would take perfume and spray it on people and then walk off and film it. She claims that that's what she did with Kim Jong Un's half brother. Kim Jong Un, of course, is the dictator of North Korea. He's the one that has the kid and play Korean high top fade. He's third generation Kim Jong, or whatever that family is. He's the third one in line, secession. His half brother said that he wasn't comfortable with the three generations. He thought it should be broken up, but that was years ago when he said it, and he's never opposed in any meaningful fashion his brother. But the Western media, of course, is reporting that he killed his brother. That the North Koreans killed the brother, and they're seeking 4 North Korean men right now in a connection with this murder. This is whatever. This is after the ballistic missile test that North Korea did. They have a ballistic missile that can reach they claimed parts of Asia, America, etc. And when they can deliver a nuclear device, etc. And this has worried the American media, which is controlled by the American Pentagon, essentially. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to say it's all about national security in the Pentagon. I mean, look at the Russia shit. It's ridiculously over the top. And how great America has 1,000 military bases worldwide. How many does Russia have? Outside of Russia? How many military bases? Quick. How much? Zero. How much money does Russia spend on their military? They spend less than 100 million. 100 billion. They spend less than 100 billion dollars on their military. We spend 700 billion on ours. Russia's no threat. And if in anything, the Russian government wanted Trump to be president, so Rex Tillerson could become Secretary of State and a leadership position, and to get those sanctions lifted off of Russia after they invaded the Ukraine. Hillary Clinton would not have been a friend to Russia at all in that manner. Totally ridiculous. I'm not justifying what Hillary Clinton did, but I'm just saying they had. I made a video. They had 500 billion to a trillion reasons to have Donald Trump president. I think that's why. I don't think he's a fucking spy. I don't think the Russian government is trying to take all that's ridiculous. It's about money and business. Remember, Russia, their oil companies are partly state owned. The Western powers were thrilled with oil prices going from 150 a barrel to 50 a barrel because it really hurt Russia's economy. It hurt the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And in India as well. It hurts Iran. It hurts. It's not good. It destabilizes, and it helped destabilize Russia. It really put Russia in bad economic terms, in turmoil. And this is exactly what the Western oil companies wanted, because at 150 a barrel, it's hard to make a profit, but at 56 a barrel, I mean, it's really quite easy to snatch up all the smaller oil companies. People are more vulnerable. Companies are more willing to let you go in and do whatever you want, especially Russia with their, 86, I don't know how many millions of acres that ExxonMobil will have access to. And as soon as those sanctions are lifted, then Russia can start shipping that oil into Europe. So when I see Kim Jong Un's being blamed in this wild ass conspiracy theory by CNN, I have my own conspiracy theory about Kim Jong Un's brother. How about the fact that maybe they killed him? Maybe Western powers had something to do with this, because that ballistic missile, that they've always had a strategic desire to destabilize North Korea. And maybe you kill his brother to make the world continue, and then blame him with no evidence at all. CNN actually said this. We have a source that says Kim Jong Un and his government, or Kim Jong Un is responsible for this. His government is responsible for this. We can't tell you who the guy is, and we can't tell you what his information is based on. Does that sound familiar? It should. That's how CNN rocks. I mean, they'll do the Russian hacking. Well, it's probably true, but we can't tell you. We have no evidence of it, and there's no proof of it. But just trust us. We're CNN. What makes my conspiracy theory any less valid than CNN as a corporation's? And especially if they can't give you the name of the person, or how this information was acquired, or what the information is. Doesn't it just seem like a wild ass conspiracy theory? I mean, my conspiracy theory about, I could say, and I don't believe this, but I could say the CIA killed him because they were trying to destabilize North Korea, and they want the world to think Kim Jong Un is a nightmare monster dictator, and that we want to do we want regime change in North Korea, and this would be a good way to start doing it. Good way to destabilize him. Make the world hate him even more, and want regime change even more, and then to justify, blah blah blah. That's a conspiracy theory, though. I don't have any evidence of that. That's my opinion. So why doesn't CNN just fucking say, that's my opinion? We don't really know. Well, here's Wolf Blitzer. We're not sure what happened. Here's Jake Tapper. I mean, but no, they've got to tell you, no, we know it's North Korea. Just trust us. We're CNN. We never lie to you. This is why the fucking people hate the fucking media. Okay? This is why Donald Trump supporters, this is why Donald Trump can get away with blaming the press, and 45% of the and 45 to 55% in some polls agree with him about the media. This is why. The media has an agenda, and it makes no sense. I mean, their agenda is the Pentagon. Their agenda is the system, And another thing, this is just an adding. The media never does a class warfare. Blame the other. Let's blame the Mexicans. Let's blame Muslims. Let's blame immigration. Let's blame all this for not the economic strife that's causing these people to come to this country, or economic strife that's causing Europe to see a massive influx of people from other countries that have been destroyed by neoliberalism and war and trade wars and the United States government and the British government and all of the stuff that we know that goes on with empire and business and the close ties between corporations and governments now, which is what Mussolini called fascism. So that's, conspiracy theories abound. And what makes CNNs more valid? Because they're CNN. And the old paradigms are shifting, folks. I mean, I think anybody that's listening to this video would agree with me. The paradigm has fucking shifted. The media is not trusted anymore. People get their news from alternative media sources. They go to YouTube, they go other places, and they're not interested in getting the same regurgitated bullshit that has no context like CNN continues to perpetuate. And that's why that's why Trump supporters, you can get away with blaming the press. And the press is like, we're not that bad, but you are that bad. People average make about $5 million who are on CNN, about roughly, depending on who they are. They're millionaires. They have a class. They're not interested. They're just attractive people who tell you things that support the American military-industrial complex / American corporate complex, and they don't have any interest in to just blame Kim Jong Un. Trust us, it was him. It just feels like propaganda, and it's a giant conspiracy theory. And we know that the media always makes fun of conspiracy theorists. There is nothing funnier to the media than a conspiracy theorist, is there? And yet, here they are, conspiracy theorying it up. And what's great is they spread it out over their whole entire network. So it's a network with a conspiracy theory, not just one guy. Not just fucking, they didn't bring on Alex, you know what I'm saying? They didn't bring on some, no, Kim Jong Un, I believe, killed his brother, because his brother was threatening to, I mean, they didn't do that. They didn't bring on some nutty conspiracy theorist like Alex Jones. They brought in a fucking, the whole network is the the group perpetuating the conspiracy theory. Yet, you ever bring up fucking 9/11? Did you ever hear, no, anything, nope. The Republicans steal elections? No, they don't. Greg Palast, who's Greg Palast? Who's David Daley? Who? We've never heard of them. We don't know. I don't know who Greg Palast is. He works for the BB what? He wrote a book called what? He talks about how Chris Kobach did what? No, those are conspiracy theories, though. Even though they're provable, there's sources, there's information, there's documentation. Can't talk about that shit. Let's waste time talking about a little fat man in North Korea who's a dictator who may or may not have had his brother killed, and the American military-industrial complex loathes and has wanted regime change since his dad was fucking prime minister. I mean, his dad was dictator. His dad was president or whatever the fuck it is. So this idea that one conspiracy theory is more valid than the other, they're all conspiracy theories, and they all should be treated the same way. You got to prove them. You got to flesh them out. And I don't care how much, I'll leave you with this. The media uses conspiracy theories when it's convenient for the American enterprise, what I'm speaking of, and denigrate conspiracy theories when it is not convenient to the American enterprise. And that is the absolute sign of dishonesty, hypocrisy, and frankly, if a normal person acted like that rather than a corporation or a bunch of individuals, you would just ignore them and not take them seriously. And that's what's happening with the media. It's dying. And people are pissed, and they'd rather trust Donnie Tanahans. They'd rather trust a little orange fascist with tiny little hands than the media. And you can't blame them on some levels, because the mainstream media just lies and lies and makes fun of conspiracy theorists. But then, conspiracy? Is it, did Kim Jong Un kill his brother for no apparent reason? It's completely silly. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.